This video will deal with the assumptions of angles and relative positions of points. First, right here, can you assume line AB is a straight line? Yes. You've got point A and you've got point B. 2 points determine a line. And notice we've got arrows on the ends. That tells us we have a line. We could also have line segment. If we did that, A and B, then we would call that line segment AB. Notice no arrows on the ends. Next, can you assume that angle 1 and angle 2 form a straight angle? Again, yes. When you have 3 points in a straight line like this, you can assume that this is a straight angle. Now, I didn't put a letter to this point. If you want, you can. It's okay either way. Angle CFE, if you want to name it, is a straight angle. If you're doing a proof, you would say diagram as shown, and then you would say angle CFE is a straight angle assumed from diagram. We can assume that angle 1 and angle 2 form a straight angle because angle CFE is a straight angle. Now, another thing you could say here, you could say angle 1 is supplementary to angle 2. This is an abbreviation. Ask your teacher if you can do that, or if you need to write out angle 1 is supplementary to angle 2. Just depends on your teacher. Next, can you assume that point G is between points F and H? Again, the answer is yes. We have segment FH, and we have point G, which is between them and on the segment. Therefore, G is between F and H. Now, if it was like this, if we have F, G, and H, but FH is not a line segment, then G is not between F and H. Here you can assume this is a line segment, so G is between F and H. Next, can you assume the relative positions of points I, J, and K? Do they form a triangle? Again, yes, you can assume the relative positions. And because of that, yes, they do form a triangle. You cannot say that this is an obtuse triangle or a right triangle, a scalene triangle, an isosceles triangle, but you can say that they form a triangle. Next, assumptions of right angles. Can you assume that angle LMN is a right angle? Angle LMN. No. You cannot assume a right angle unless you're told. Now here, can you assume that angle OPQ is a right angle? Angle OPQ. That symbol right there means it is a right angle. So yes. Again, just to make sure, if you're not told this is a right angle, you cannot assume it's a right angle. Here you are told that this angle is because of that little square right there. So yes. So this is assumptions about lines, angles, and relative positions.